Did you know that a Nigerian has become the first African to fly solo around the world? He is Lola Odujirin. The 38-year-old man traveled across 5 continents in a single-engine Cirrus SR-22 aircraft from the United States to Iceland and then Europe and into Africa via the United Arab Emirates, India and Asian subcontinent, which lasted for 9 months. For Lola, this is a dream he's had since he was a child.
I used to notice aeroplanes flying across. So I asked my dad, I said, where are all these aeroplanes coming and going to? He said, oh, they're going into Lagos, Murtala Mohammed. And the fascination for aeroplanes grew so much to the point that as soon as I turned 17, 18, I left Nigeria to go back to England. And the first thing I did was to get jobs, started saving up, and went for my private pilot license, which I obtained in less than 3 weeks at the time.
The project is not just a dream come true, but it also aims at reshaping the perception of Nigeria through great achievements that defy expectations.
If you look at the record books from 1933, since Wiley Post did his first flight around the world, he had a very similar experience like I did. No one took him serious. It wasn't very common in the United States then to take on adventures like this. So to see Nigeria on that list of nations that have put their names in this exclusive club meant the world to me.
He has a word for the authorities.
Putting someone in a position that they truly believe and, they're going to give that honest dedication to is the #1 priority. What do I mean by that? Having the right personnel in the right sectors helps from the government side.
Lola Odujirin embarked on a 300-hour journey, flying into 25 countries with the aim of putting the African continent on the global map of achievers. What is your dream? Is it to become a mechanical engineer, a teacher, or a pilot who travels around the world? Go for it and do not give up. As part of efforts to avert a recurrence of a fire that destroyed FAN headquarters in Lagos, the managing director of the agency has constituted a panel of inquiry to investigate what caused it. According to Mr. Saleh Dunoma, the committee is to investigate the incident, identify the immediate and remote causes of the fire, and make recommendations to prevent a recurrence.
For the simple fact that we need to learn from such incidences or accidents so that we can proffer suggestions and solutions as preventive measures so that in future similar incidents do not occur.
A small plane crashed near a supermarket in Tiris, close to a residential area outside Lisbon, Portugal, killing 5 people. The private airline crashed after taking off near the resort town of Cascais, about 20 kilometers west of Lisbon, and used mainly by private aircraft. The local emergency services said the plane was headed for Marseille in France, confirming that everyone on board died. Unfortunately, another person on ground died when the plane crashed into a truck, setting off a fire. In China, crosswinds led to an accident at Lanyu Island Airport. 2 passengers got slight injuries after the Taiwanese airline veered off the runway and hit the guardrails. The passengers who had embarked on flight 55571 at Taitung Airport were safely evacuated following the accident. Only 2 passengers reported slight discomfort in their ankles. There were 19 people on board the DHC-6-400 aircraft operated by Daily Air, including 2 pilots, 1 crew member and a toddler when the incident happened. Finally, on the foreign scene, the United Airlines seems not to be having the best of times as a passenger complained of being maltreated. The passenger, who was violently dragged off an overbooked United Airlines flight, may file a lawsuit against the company.
Or violence.
The passenger's lawyer, Tom Demetrio, said his client, 69-year-old David Dow, has a serious concussion, a broken nose, injury to the sinuses, and lost 2 front teeth as a result of the incident, adding that the passenger also has psychological injuries because of the harsh treatment by security officials. Demetrio said David Dow has no recollection of the incident due to the concussion, but he was released from hospital on Tuesday night. According to the attorney, Dow may drive home to Louisville from Chicago instead of taking a plane. The lawyer said they have taken the first legal steps towards filing a lawsuit. Meanwhile, another passenger alleges being stung by a scorpion after it fell on his head from an overhead bin during a flight from Houston to Calgary. The incident on board United Airlines flight is the latest of several high-profile incidents for the beleaguered airline. United has attracted significant negative attention in recent weeks, beginning with its decision to bar 2 teenage girls wearing leggings from boarding.
Finally, the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, reopened after 6 weeks of rehabilitation on its runway and other infrastructure.
The Ethiopian airline flight 8350 was the first to land in Abuja after the repairs on the runway. An airport's greatest asset is its runway, where the aircrafts take off and land. But when the runway fails, as it was in the case of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, it led to the closure of the airports, which lasted 6 weeks. The Minister of State for Aviation, Hadi Sirika, says the runway rehabilitation will now ensure smooth takeoff of aircrafts. He even took a test flight from Kaduna to Abuja.
April 19th was the due date for us to conclude and open the airport based on our program of work. And then that is not saying that we cannot open earlier. We were able to deliver the project earlier than anticipated, and then we can open it. There is nothing wrong with opening it a day earlier. And here we are today. We set out to achieve that target. We achieved the target.
For the airport's manager, it was an opportunity for them to embark on total rehabilitation.
It was not only the runway that was rehabilitated. We also seized the opportunity to improve on our facilities at the terminal building. As you can see, every part of the terminal building is being touched. We are installing lifts at the Terminal B, where we have had a lot of challenges with the age and the physically challenged. And also behind me at Terminal D here, we are doing the same. There is an escalator, there is a lift. So the airport is passenger friendly now.
The VIP as well as the protocol lounges also have been rehabilitated. For him, the lives of people cannot be measured by the amount of money put into the repairs.
We cannot quantify loss when it comes to safety. The airport was purposely closed because of the safety of Nigerians and other airport users.
Traffic is now back to Abuja as the airport is open for activities. The airport has been certified by the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority.
What we found out were items that are not safety critical. Those are items that will not stop the opening of this airport. It will not affect safety.
With the certification of the NCAA in line with the Internal Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO), all requirements have been met and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport is now ready for work.
And on this note, we call it a day on aviation this week. Do feel free to send in your comments and suggestions on our social media portal. Next week is another date. Keep a date with us. I'm Victoria Ido.